David, what's the number one mistake new dealers make during training?
Not practicing enough at home. We always give homework. We can tell who does their homework and who does not. Uh, if you're going to get good at dealing, you need about 40 hours a week of practice. And that's just the mechanics, shuffling, pitching, cutting chips. Our classes
Wow.
run, our shortest class is 4 hours, our longest is 5. Uh, you got to practice. You got to go home and practice a few hours a day. We always recommend that people go on Amazon at the very least and get a tabletop. Uh, it's not something that you can just kind of just naturally be good at. You got to practice. It's like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, once a week, you really get that strong.
How long is the whole course from day one to when they graduate? How many hours?
So we do. It's a 60-hour course. We do let
Mhm.
people come back as long as they need, though. So you're not cut off after 60 hours, and best of luck to you. So it's a 60-hour course, but it can be as long as you need. We've had people finish up in 4 days. We've had people take 9 months. So the
You said
goal is
9 months?
9 months. Yeah, we had a girl in 2023. She had dealt in Macau for 10 years. Her English was very poor. We had to communicate with a translator on her phone. She even had to communicate with her husband with a translator. So her
Oh,
English was that bad. So anything that needed to be said, she would say it into her phone. I'd read it off the phone, say it back. So it took quite a while. So it really depends
hours.
on the.
I didn't think the course is that extensive. That's a lot. You said four. How can you complete it in 4 days? That's a lot of information.
It's been people that have maybe dealt home games or maybe took a class at some point in the past, and then they come to us for a refresher. To take somebody who is completely new to poker, never played, never been in a casino, it's happened. Just in our last Pompano class, we had somebody. He was Thai. His name's Jack. He finished in 48-hour course, and he's working at Harris Pompano now. He was actually the best one in his audition group, and there were 2 experienced dealers in there who did not pass their audition.
It's pretty sick. Do you want to talk about cost? What does it cost? I heard a number once, and I'm like, that's it? Like you're giving these people a career, and it's only like a few $100. I was surprised. I thought it'll be maybe at least like 1 or 2K, because that's a career they're gonna do, some of them for the rest of their lives, and it's gonna generate so much money, but yet it costs pennies. What's the cost if you want to say it on the air?
Sure, absolutely. The cost for any of our courses is 1,600. If you pay in full, and then we have payment plans for our 4-week course, our 6-week course, and our 3-week course.
Gotcha. 15, that's nothing compared to what you're giving them back.
I have a lot of
Um,
students that'll say, "Hey, you should charge more." I'm like, well, you can pay more if you want. I mean, it's fine, but it's 1,600 though.
is it harder to teach mechanics or personality?
Mechanics, because you can't teach personality. I know some dealers that are good mechanically and have terrible personalities. We won't name names, but we'll probably think of some
Yeah,
of the same.
yeah, it's hard to have both, and the dealers that do have both, it's a blessing. The mechanics, just some people are just gifted, and yet some dealers deal for years, and I don't want to name. There's one dealer at Hard Rock. Her pitch is so cringe when you watch her pitch, and she's been dealing for years, practice, like what you said. If she practices at home, I'm sure the pitch will be better. It's the way she doesn't, kind of like basketball, how you should follow through. She doesn't
Yeah,
follow through with the pitch. It's like bursts, and she's not following through with her hand. And sometimes she like pitches too. Yes,
yeah, like one of those moves.
yes,
So she's
exactly.
like doing a lob. She's like tossing up a lob.
No lob. It's like a burst, and it's like it should take maybe, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe 1 second for the whole pitch from beginning to end, from when you grab the card to when you send the card out. Hers take maybe like a millisecond. It's taken like maybe 0.2 seconds, and she doesn't follow through. And sometimes she's grabbing 2 cards. It's the way she grabs the card. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's awkward. I always take my hands. If I'm sitting in seat 1 or 8, I sit back because I don't want to mess her deal up. It's I don't like things like that. You're a dealer. This is your career. Practice at home. Practice like 30 minutes a day. You'll get much better. And some dealers pitch, they don't even have to look. Like one guy closes it, like Vaughn does it. Vaughn closes his eyes and deals, and it kind of sits back and just like puts a spin on it. It's so nice. It's almost like I always equate it to basketball. Like when you shoot a 3-point, you got to make the ball spin back. They put a spin on the card. It's so nice, and the accuracy. He's getting it. The card is landing right in front of you.
Oh,
This is all common sense. Hand coordination. It's I don't know. Practice, 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 like anything else.
well, if the card's spinning and landing in front of you, they're pitching properly. If it's kind of just floating in the air, or even the dealer that you were describing, from what it sounds, if it's coming off the deck that quick, she's not pitching. She's using the deck to kind of throw the
Yes.
card.
That's exactly
Yeah,
how the move
eventually,
is.
yeah, that's gonna cause some wrist problems and elbow problems down the line.
Oh, she makes a mistake like every 3-4 deals that she's sending 2 cards out instead of 1. The accuracy is off. And you can see she's uncomfortable when she's doing it too. It's awkward for the dealers to watch it.
You want to minimize that stuff. I think the tournament I played with you, Carl, is one of my earlier big tournaments where we final tabled. That tournament, twice in a row, the dealer pitched the card to another player, not even me. It was exposed, then pitched another card, and that card was exposed. So you automatically have to misdeal the hand. I look down, I got pocket queens. Okay, it happens. The very next hand, same player, same pitch, exposed, going around again, exposes the second card. I look down, this is the very next hand, pocket kings, killed the hand. So I got pocket queens, pocket
Let me ask you a
kings
question.
in a big tournament, and I was devastated.
Question. If those cards were not pitched to the blinds, so let's say the blinds get the cards, small blind, big blind, and then it's under the gun exposed, and then under the gun +1 exposed, that's a killed hand?
Yeah, it's two misdeals. I mean, well, yeah, two.
2 exposed cards is a misdeal even if it's not in the blinds.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they get another card and it's not a misdeal.
One. You can
One
you can
exposed?
expose one. Yeah.
Okay. I learned something new.
It's because if you just expose one, they're getting the last card, so all you're replacing is the burn card. So everything else is staying natural. So if you
Okay.
replace 2 cards, now what would have been the natural flop is going to be changed.
Of course. How much personality do you teach? What do you tell the dealers out of the in school? So you're teaching them mechanics, of course, that's standard. But what do you teach them? What they can get away with, and like how to be at the table? What they can say and what they cannot say? Do you touch on that subject at all?
Yeah, I try to get them to be more friendly than have a personality, because when they're new, I tell everyone in the class, no one's there for your stand-up comedy routine. Find figure that out 2 years, 3 years in. Your job is to sit down, read the table, smile, have a nice inflection in your voice. Don't sit there and be monotone. You can show personality by even the way you announce bet instead of bet. Put something behind it. Sound like you want to be there. Sound like you're happy to be there. Bring some energy to the table. Don't sit down and, don't be dead ass on the table. Nobody likes that. It kills the vibe. It kills the mood. It kills your tips.
And sometimes people, have bad days, but in general, yeah, it's hard to bring your A game every time you sit down. But like you said, act like you want to be there. This applies to literally everything. By the way, shout out to David Haynes yesterday at Derby. He was the next version of Italian Joe at Hard Rock. He was like calling all the action. C2 does this, C3 does that. And some dealers sit down and they just look at you when it's your turn, and there's like an open and a 3-bet, and they didn't announce any of them. And sometimes if you're in seat 1 and the seat 8, for example, raises, they don't announce, like at least announce the bet or announce if there's a raise. It just makes it easier for players not to make mistakes. Announcing too much can be detrimental, and not announcing at all and just like looking at the players to act. They'll be sitting there not focused, just looking, straight ahead, not caring of what's going on at the table. Should be like a medium in between.
Yeah, and especially for cash games, like as a dealer, you want to move a cash game along. You're trying to get tipped every hand. When you're
Exactly.
traveling, like if
Yeah.
you're a travel dealer, it's what I do now. They tell you don't gesture to the players. Announce changes in action, and then just sit there, use your eyes.
Of
So
course, Merso is shooting shots at you, Alex. What's going on?
Yeah,
He
he's
said
just a bad player. There's
he's
nothing
a
I can do about that.
dealer. Alex always deals me garbage. Then he said, David, tell us about how Ryan sucked as a dealer during his classes. Damn. Whoa.
I,
Doesn't
I have
stop.
to lie. I'd have to lie if I said he was bad at dealing during class. He was great.
Wow.
Hey, let's go to the Hendon mob and see when Merso's last cash was.
Whoa. Should we go there? You know what? Talking about the Hendon mob, I don't know if I mentioned the story last time. One guy at the table, I don't know how they kind of like questioned his play, and he's like, look me up on Hendon. And I'm like, okay, maybe this guy has a lot of scores on Hendon. Maybe he's got like 500, 600K. So I didn't do it at first, but then he was adamant. He's like, look me up on Hendon. So I'm like, okay, what's your last name? I'm like, okay, I'm curious now. I want to know. So I go to his Hendon mob. He's been playing like 9 years and he has like 30K or 27K. I'm like, wow, you have 27K. He's like, yep. See, he
Strong.
thought 27K on Hendon is something to brag about. But since you mentioned the Hendon, should we do this? Should we open this page?
No. I don't want to embarrass him like that.
Oh, I mean, wow, that takes a big personality not to fire back. Taking the high
Man,
road.
you gotta sometimes, man. You gotta.
Wow. Merso said, sure. He wants to take it there.
All right, go
We'll
for
look
it.
up, we'll look up the Hendon in a second. Let's see what we have, what kind of questions we have still for David.
My big cash with you is not even on my Hendon mob. They didn't report it when we played that multi-day.
Where was it?
Derby. It's back when they had the square chips, and it's my first time meeting you.
Oh, when they had the plaques back in the
Yeah.
plaque days, they had like 4 or 5 different denominations, and they had 10K chips. Back in those days, if you have a big chip stack at the final table, good luck counting that stack because they had 4 denominations of plaques. I think they had 25K, 50K, 100K, and 500K, and all different colors. And I mean, it's hard to count the plaques to begin with. And then on top of it, they had 5Ks, 10Ks, 25Ks, and 100Ks in round chips. So when somebody has like 2 million and different denominations, you have no chance counting that stack. This is when I told Brian, I'm like, you got to take the 10Ks out, don't have the plaques, have only chips, get big denominations. They fixed the situation. Their chip stack now is nice. David, you're eating a fuzzy mushroom? Oh, shit. Man, a lot of shots fired. These guys are ruthless out
They
there.
are ruthless.
Ruthless. Some of this.
Hey, I mean,
I
you got to
got you
get through
covered.
the
Oh, the mushroom, the microphone. I got it.
yeah, that.
Alex, how long you been dealing at Silks?
So I've been dealing at Silks for about 2.5 years. I've been playing at Silks since I was 18 years old. My dad, Doc Brown, inventor
Shout
of
out
time
to the
travel.
legend, Doc Brown.
Doc Brown, he's been playing longer than me, obviously, but he's been playing at Silks for forever. I would see him go and play tournaments, and then I turned 18 and I started going. I taught myself a lot of growing pains, but we got the somewhat decent player. Got a few cashes under my belt. Uh, I switched to cash recently, but I'm gonna go back to tournaments. I'm gonna start grinding a little bit. But yeah, so I've been playing for a while. Silks was my first room that I played in, and then went off to Orlando. There's no poker out there for college. Came back into town. Was in the medical sales field, and
Mhm.
which brings me right back to the Tampa Bay Downs because they'd throw a yearly party called the Horse Track Party out there. So we'd go out, go upstairs, play a little poker. Kind of got burnt out with that, wanted a career change. So A buddy of mine had a smaller scale dealing school, very intimate. He taught me how to deal. Got a job at Silks, and
Do you want to
love
name
it.
him? Plug his poker school?
Jay. I don't know if he's travel dealing right now. I don't know if he's still doing it, but his name was Jay. He was a good guy. He taught me how to deal. Solid dealer. Goes out to the World Series every year. Probably seen him on a few final tables.
Do I know Jay?
I believe he's Peruvian.
Okay. By the way, we pulled up your Hendon. A solid 15K, I think.
No, it's off. I told you they didn't even put my big cash on there.
With the big cash, it would be at what
It would be
number?
about. Oh, I have a couple missing, but it should be around 30K.
30K. Okay. And let's see Merso's.
Well, let's go to recent cashes. When's Mercer's most recent cash?
Good luck spelling his last name. I think it's Alemanovic. Okay, I got him. Oh, he's got 13K, so you got him. Wow, you win the war.
I think my last cash was August and July. I haven't been playing either. I took a break, so I'm gonna get back into it.
Yeah, Merso's at 13K. Good thing Merso didn't put money on it.
You know, we have to take some breaks every now and again. You know, just life comes at you fast. So, well, I'm looking forward to play. We have a big series at the Silks coming up. A big tournament for Halloween. I love Halloween. Great
Wait, there's a
holiday.
series that sucks for Halloween?
Oh well, we have our Monday the 27th. We're gonna be doing our just little Halloween tournament. I wouldn't say it's a big series.
Okay.
But
Shout out to Silks, by the way. I love their multi-days. Shout out to Courtney Hinkle.
we've had about 500,000 in like tournaments in the last quarter. So we've ran like 250Ks that went really, really well, had a great turnout. And but as a player, you know, I wish I could play there. Unfortunately, I can't. I understand why. But as a player, I'm looking to get back into the game and start the Tampa Bay poker community is really, really great. So
I agree.
I feel very blessed.
I was gonna give a shout out to Silks to their multi-days. They're always solid. I love the fact that they give you 30 minutes on day one, 40 minutes on day two. Shout out to their dealers. You're all solid team over there. TGT Silks, you have the best dealers. A lot of veteran dealers. You don't expect mistakes from the Silks dealers. The supervisors do a good job. A new guy, I think his name is Ken. He added me yesterday on Facebook. He's new there. He does a good job running the dailies too. At least they have a supervisors running the dailies. Courtney is on deck too. Courtney was gonna come on here and police us and make sure we don't get out of line. But she bailed last minute. So Courtney, if you're listening, you can log on now if you want. Shout out to Courtney. She does a good job balancing tables, coloring up chips.
The entire staff is amazing. I really do. We're a big family over there. I love working there.
Yeah.
The only I'd love to travel deal and go abroad, but I don't foresee any reason to leave the Silks. But I like the personal thing is I like to travel, and I'd love to deal in Australia. I'd love to deal in London. I don't think it will happen. I just love what I do too much. I love Florida, but
more shots fired from Merso. He says my cashes were in 2023, bro. So he's saying he hasn't played much in his defense. Jen Frankenstein says, so what do you think about Amy Alvarez, who won 65K at the Lodge? She's a dealer there. Oh, she deals there and she played? I didn't even know about this.
So in Texas, they're social clubs. So I wonder if that plays a part in it. Whereas,
oh, good point.
Yeah, we have a lot of state regulations, and we're a poker room. We don't charge membership fees. But they're social clubs. You pay your membership fee, and it might be free reign there. That's an interesting point.
Okay, Courtney, when I was messaging her back and forth, she mentioned something. She said dealers today are not what they used to be 10 years ago. Why do you think that is, David?
I don't know. I think people probably forget what it was like when they first started because most people suck on their first day anyway. Um,
Of
you know, you,
course.
yeah, you hear that a lot, and this is not against Courtney in any way, but a lot of experienced dealers forget where they were 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know,
No,
their
I
first.
think what she was referring to is the dealers that are coming out, like graduating now, are not what the dealers used to like when they graduated 10 years ago. So the dealers back then weren't as good as the new dealers coming to the scene now. So can we blame it on COVID? Something happened. There was a reset button during COVID. Anything service, like the service industry, anything went down. People don't greet anymore. Like you expect service at like a level of 6 instead of a 9 or an 8, and you're okay with it. I think like something happened like during COVID, and we were like, even you go to a restaurant, you don't expect the same type of service that you would expect before COVID.
I
Did
mean,
COVID have something to do with it? Or people suck more now? Like what's going on?
first, how far down the rabbit hole of a reset during COVID do you want to go?
No,
You can
no,
go
rabbit
deep.
hole.
I'm all about going down the rabbit holes. I love the
Let's go
Matrix.
deep.
We
We'll
love
talk
the
about
Matrix.
next podcast. We can go. We can talk about that. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It seemed like the whole industry changed after COVID. Even the players, and to me, it seemed like for the better. I don't know. The players seemed calmer after COVID. I don't know.
Agree. I can't believe we went through this, the whole cages, the plastic, the masks, I mean, people online were saying, "Oh, how are you going to touch the chips and touch the cards and this and that?" And then they found out that, it doesn't transmit by touch, which I mean, some viruses do. That's why when you're at the table, you don't touch the chips and touch your face. Just because you touch the virus doesn't mean you got it, just on your skin. But anyway, we don't want to be Dr. Fauci right now. That's for another topic.
Yeah.
So yeah, Courtney's saying basically the caliber of dealers these days is not the same as 10 years ago.
So the Silks has been my only home, and the caliber of dealers there, I've always like. I love everyone there. I think
I
that
mean,
they're
the Silk
a
dealers are mostly veterans. Like
great crew. Yeah,
let's name some dealers. Let's bring some dealers to the light. You have Kathy, she's the
Kathy's
goat.
the best.
You have Julie, goat. You have what's her name? Help me out with the names here. I'm bad with names.
Is this daytime or nighttime? Because I'm night crew. Night
I'm
crew.
nighttime. You know me. I
For the
go
win.
after 6 always. I'm always there on Monday, the Monday tournament.
Yeah,
That's their best.
Russell the Muscle. You
Russell the
got
Muscle.
Yeah, you got we have we got Devin, we got Justin. Justin are some of our new Devin and Justin are some of our newer dealers, but they're pretty solid. And
There's a couple of graduates from Hard Rock.
Bobby was supposed to come on. Unfortunately, he had some
Bobby Quinn. Bobby, shout out to Bobby. He bailed on us.
my friend Caleb is a solid dealer. He didn't bail. He didn't bail. He had some stuff come up. I
No, we
understand.
love Bobby. Yeah. He had something come up on his schedule for sure. We'll have him on another
And
time.
he'd love to come on. He'd love to, this whole thing was about having a good time, engaging in the Tampa Bay community. I've known you for a number of years, and just wanted to come have some fun with y'all.
Of course. Shout out to Rick. He's been in the chat. He said, "I gotta go. Take care, all." I don't know if you know Rick. He deals at Hard Rock. He dealt at Hard Rock. I think he retired. White hair. He was in a couple movies.
Yeah, he retired in December, and he's been my Sunday and Monday instructor for actually a little bit before that, so a little over a year now.
Oh, makes sense why he came in the chat. I didn't know he helps you coaching.
Yeah, he's there every Sunday and Monday. He does a magic trick for the students at the end of each class. So
I didn't know he does magic.
That's a good thing because he didn't tell anybody for the 20 years he was at Hard Rock.
I do not know any magic, and I plan to keep it that way. That's a bad word.
Yeah. You can't put it in the. I'm not in the industry anymore, so I can say it. But if you're in it, don't say it.
As long as you don't deal from the bottom, you're good.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's always on the up and up.
I'm gonna show a video from your school about the down pitch, and if you can explain what down pitch mean, because I hate the dealers that helicopter, and there's a few of them.
Mastering the down pitch is essential to becoming a professional poker dealer. Let us start with how to pick up the deck, along with the proper hand and finger placements for the down pitch. Once you have completed your shuffle routine, while transferring it to your left hand, the position of the deck should feel comfortable and secure, sideways or upside down.
By the way, who's narrating and who's the dealer? Do we know them?
Possibly. I'm shocked you actually found this video. I didn't know it was even still on YouTube. This was filmed in 2017. Chris Haynes was the one who filmed it. The dealer, her name is Molly Santiago. She deals in South.
Molly.
Yeah, she used to deal at TGT.
Yeah.
And then
too.
What's that?
She's a traveling dealer. She dealt a few times at Hard Rock with the traveling dealers when they hire dealers.
Okay.
Hey, Carl, I'm sorry to interrupt. Something has just come up and I gotta run. I hope that's okay. I appreciate you having me on.
Of course. Of course,
I'll
it's
let
gonna
you guys
be solo,
yeah.
me and David. Thank you for coming on, Alex.
I'm so sorry. I'd love to come on again and get into more
Yeah,
some
you're
wild
welcome anytime.
stories, and we'll see how this lands. And if I get some ideas, I'll run them by you. I appreciate it.
Of course, anytime.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. They left us. It's heads up now. Yeah, so you were saying about you were talking about the video, the down pitch.
Yeah, so we had actually tried to do just put some videos on YouTube back then to try to gain some interest. And I think like 5 people watched it, so it didn't really take off in any way that we had hoped. I think there's a couple more on there. I think there's one showing how to pitch, one how to fan the deck. But the down pitch, I mean, that's what the dealers do every single hand. It's probably the most difficult of the mechanics to learn. Most people's natural way of trying to do it is to like throw like a frisbee, because everybody's thrown a frisbee at some point in their life. So, the down pitch, basically peel it with your thumb, pinch. It's kind of hard to show in here, but it's all middle finger and release and pitch with your middle finger at the same time.
So when you say down pitch, meaning like not helicopter the cards, basically keeping the card.
Well, so there's down pitch and then there's up pitch. Down pitch is just pitching the cards, like for Hold'em or Omaha or the game, and then up pitch is for stud, but it just means pitching the card face down.
I got you. Okay, down pitch, up pitch. Okay, makes sense. So Hold'em or stud because you have to show the cards.
Yeah.
Anthony Martinez said, sorry to backtrack the discussion on Amy's win at the lodge, was washing dishes and couldn't In Texas, it's the Wild West. We have no governing bodies that regulate gambling, and it's all operating in a legally gray area. Okay, so basically in Texas, you can deal and play at the same time. I told Anthony if he wants to jump on here, we cannot legally take a rake. Yeah, they don't rake. They just charge memberships. Have to charge social memberships to private clubs and then hourly fees.
Yeah, it's the rooms that are taking a rake that are going to potentially ruin it for everybody there.
You think?
Well, yeah, that's what makes it illegal. All the up and up rooms, the TCH, the lodge, so on, they just charge the membership fee and then an hourly fee for your chair rental, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the smaller rooms that are just basically glorified home games, they are taking rake, and that's when you get one player that has a few too many losses there, and they call the police, and the police come and raise the room and confiscates all their tables. It's happened to so many of the rooms there.
I've heard of it, yeah, happening once or twice. Let's you as a dealer, what's the wildest thing you've ever seen at a poker table while dealing? What's the most time you spent dealing was Hard Rock, right? You said from 12 to 17.
Yeah, that I was at Hard Rock the longest.
Okay.
Wildest thing I
Crazy.
ever saw was
Sorry.
in oh no, it was in Pennsylvania. We were getting set up for a tournament. Probably 150, 200 people signed up. Players are taking their seats, bringing their chips. A guy drops to the ground. He wasn't well liked, but this still doesn't excuse the fact. He drops to the ground, drops his chips. He's clutching his chips. He's having a heart attack. He's on the ground suffering, and the players are stepping over him just like he's not even there, just like he's a dog asleep on the floor, stepping over him, and no one will stop. We're like calling for floor help, someone, and yeah, the players are literally just stepping over this guy while he's having a heart attack.
You know what? I think I was in the room. Maybe it wasn't another incident. Maybe it was that. But one of the massage girls, I ran to help because in situations like this, people just like you said, walk over him. Nobody cares. Kind of like what happened with that girl on the train. Nobody acted. Everybody watches or they're on their phone. Like I don't understand people like that. So the guy's on the ground. One of the massage girls came. I kind of know a little bit of first aid. I was in Afghanistan. We were taking like injured people from the town where we were in in Helmand. If they have accidents, any injuries, they come to the ECP to the entry point of the base, and we have a couple Marines do first aid on them. And if they need like real care, like surgery or something, we fly them to Camp Bastion, and the English troops worked on them. So I know a little bit of first aid. She started giving him CPR and I'm helping her, and everybody else just looking, nobody's getting involved. I guess that people are worried about lawsuits, but when I see something like this, I just run. I just help out. It's like my nature. I don't know. Some people, like that girl on the train, the poor girl. The whole thing turned political, but you see somebody with their neck cut, you act. Call 911, do something, but don't just sit there. But anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah,
that
he made it, right? I think paramedics came and he survived. I think he survived, correct?
From what I heard, yeah, he survived, and Hard Rock was going to fire the massage therapist.
You see if she got fired?
They told her that they were going to fire her because she wasn't a licensed LMT or not. I'm sorry,
Shout out
EMS.
to Darla. I think it was Darla too. It was what's his name? Ben's fiance or wife. You remember Darla? She's the one.
Yeah.
I didn't know she got fired because of it. This is news to me.
From what I was told, and she could tell the story better than anyone. They were going to, and then they eventually did not.
Because that's messed up. At least she did something, Doing chest compressions is better than leaving the guy. Doing chest compressions gives him a chance to make it to the, to hospital so they can shock him, but not doing anything.
Yeah, I guess because she's in position and she attempted to do CPR. Again, it's what I heard. It could be completely false.
Probably if you do it the wrong way, yeah, you can do more damage than good. Jen said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just if something would have happened, it would, it accidentally hurt him more or killed him or whatever, I guess it could have led to more issues.
Lawsuits, yeah. Amy is a great player, nothing fishy there at all. She came to the final table with 2 big blinds and shipped it. Years ago, she was one of the best supervisors we had at the Daytona Beach Racing Kart Club. Okay, Amy, what's her last name? I don't know, Amy. Wow, shipped the whole event from 2 big blinds. Okay, let's
in Texas, they don't have any issue with their employees playing in the rooms.
In Texas, they don't have issues with their employees playing.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine there. There's no gaming commission.
Right. It'll be weird at Hard Rock, like somebody dealing, and then when they get off, like jump into the tournament with you.
Right.
Not used to that. What's something players do that drives every dealer insane? Some of the pet peeves.
I mean, the number one thing is not tipping. I mean, just put that out there. Um, and that's number one. And then the other obvious stuff. The players who don't take a shower, don't brush their teeth, and for some reason they always want to sit in the 1 or the 8 seat, where they're like right in your face. Um, the players who wear the noise canceling headphones and the whole time they're going, "What? What'd you say?"
I'm that guy sometimes. I don't have the noise canceling headphones, but I have buds, but they're kind of noise canceling. I mean, if there's like a raise and somebody puts, like, let's say it's 6K and they put two 10Ks, I just want to make sure it's not a raise. So I ask, is that a raise or a call? So I am that guy sometimes, but I wear the headphones for a reason. If there's like, on certain days music gets me going, and certain days I can't hear music. It depends on the mood, how I show up. Okay, so these are your pet peeves. What's the future of right now? You're invested 100% in Rockstar Academy. That's all you do, or you're dealing on the side too?
We do travel deal a little bit with the Run Good Poker Tour. In September last month, we just did an event in New Orleans. We didn't do a whole lot of events this year because we were getting the Pompano Beach Rockstar location opened up. We're inside of Harrah's Pompano Casino. So all we've done this year is WSOP Circuit in Tunica in January, Run Good in St. Louis, and then this past one in New Orleans. So we do that
Okay.
whenever we have a chance. It's a lot of fun, actually.
So you're not just coaching, so you're taking whole events. So there's an event, they just contact you, you provide the dealers, and you're making money on the back end. So that's getting revenue and coaching. Okay, I thought you're just coaching. Okay, that's do Hard Rock ever contact you? I know they have a set of dealers that they always contact. It's the same faces that travel the circuit. Are these guys connected to you?
No, Hard Rock mostly does their hiring from internally, or they'll pull people. If Tampa's doing an event, they pull people from Hollywood. And even if they're pulling from outside, it is tough to get into Hard Rock because the travel dealers love coming to Florida. It's
They
it's a
love.
it's a
I'm
nice
sorry,
stop.
you got cut off. The dealers at Hard Rock love what?
Oh, the traveling dealers, they love coming to Florida. They love the Hard Rock events. So they're always filled up. Unless you've already done an event there, it's difficult to get in.
Why did they love the Hard Rock?
So they get to be in Tampa, Florida. It's a nice destination spot, and the money's good. The tournament downs are really good. It's very good financially for the dealers.
Interesting. That's the first time I hear that about Hard Rock, that the downs are good. Maybe more for traveling dealers than actual dealers. They're regular dealers.
I don't know. I've heard their regular downs are pretty good. I mean, from what I've been told, it's about $6 or $7 a down higher than when I used to work there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm giving away too much. I'm sure there's going to be someone from Hard Rock saying, you shouldn't be talking about our pay."
We're gonna be criticized no matter what we say, so it's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Let's wrap up with this question. Do you think televised poker and live streams have raised dealer standards or exposed weaknesses?
I think a little of both. I think if you have a dealer who doesn't think they're doing anything wrong, it's just going to make them look bad on the live stream. And I think newer dealers actually benefit from it a lot more because they're excited about it. They're seeing it as a big deal being on a live stream. I know anybody that's come through the school and they've done a live stream or a televised table, I'm getting texts about it. I'm getting, pictures from it. I'm getting videos from it. They're very excited to be there, and they're trying to do the best job that they can.
The camera is always going to bring some element of more stress because you're being criticized, you're being watched. When you deal with no camera, it's not on record. I saw one dealer once she was nervous like the first 5-10 minutes, which is standard. She was dealing a big game. And talking about live stream, shout out to Jay. I think one of the best dealers in Tampa in the WSOP. He's always like, they put him in the big spots, the final tables. Jay Lee, I think that's how you pronounce his name. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know of him. I don't think we've ever met though. We just
Oh,
never.
really?
Yeah.
He's a solid player too, but even more solid dealer. Like I've seen him on TV, everything, the mechanics. He just does not make mistake. The guy is a machine.
Oh, that's
Mer-
awesome.
yeah, Merso said I've heard it was $15 per down at the Hard Rock. Okay. Is that considered high?
I mean, it was like 10 when I was there. So it's definitely gone up. I think it's gone up for all the rooms.
Really?
Again,
That's good.
I'm probably gonna get a text about, hey, stop talking about the pay. But from what I'm told, it's gone up pretty much across the board in Tampa, which is good.
It is good for sure because they were losing probably a lot of dealers.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah. I mean, like when the downs are going to be low, and again, I'm just speaking on my time working in any of the rooms. If the downs weren't particularly good and hadn't been good for a while, whenever a tournament series is coming up, you see dealers requesting off or trying to trade shifts or whatever. So it's not the player's fault. It's not the room's fault. It just overall it kills the morale a little bit. So when the downs are up, morale's up. The dealers are doing a little bit better job. The players benefit from it. Everybody wins.
Of course, well said. Of course, 100%. David, thank you so much for coming on. We're at the hour 40 mark. It was interesting. I learned a lot. You're welcome anytime, any other time to come on the podcast. Do you want to say anything else to wrap up the session?
If anyone's still watching, I'll just throw it out there that we have our new Brandon day classes starting October 25th. We have our Brandon night classes starting on November 11th. And our next Pompano Beach class is starting on November 10th.
There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Shout out to Chen, too. Chen is in the background. Chen, if you want to come on camera, say hi before we log off.
You want to come and say hi while she's walking over? I do just want to give a shout out to our instructors, George, Rick, Chef, Vinny Jr. Vinny's actually might be a spoiler, but he may be helping us get a location opened up in Kentucky.
Vinny Softy?
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah, he's a goat for sure. All the names you named, they're some of the best dealers here in the area for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I wish I could have been there when Johnny Bell and Chef were both teaching at the school, and Vinny Safi Jr. was there too. I can only imagine the banter that was going on. We were in New Orleans at the time, and we couldn't be there, but it had to be a good time.
Man, Johnny Bell killed it when he came on the podcast. He was funny as hell. He's a natural, for sure.
Have you ever just talked to him in person? Just a conversation?
You know what? No, before the podcast, I haven't. And James, his brother, was pushing. He's like, "You gotta have Johnny. He'll be great." I didn't know what to expect. But when he came on, he just killed. That podcast, I can edit maybe like 20 more reels because of all the funny stuff he said. Every time I watch it, there's something new I can edit from that podcast.
Oh, definitely. He's just in conversation. He's the funniest person you ever talk to.
Yeah, I witnessed for sure.
So and now I can proudly list him as a rock star instructor too. So that's cool for us.
Oh, it's legit now. Like he just joined recently.
Yeah, he was there. It was, when did this class just start? I'm trying to remember the days for 4 different classes. But he was there for the day one, and he was there with Chef and Vinny.
Nice. Chef is another goat too. Well, guys, thank you for coming on. David, see you later. Thank you, my guy.
All right, thank you so much for having us on.
Bye, guys. Of course.